doesn't always get through. We have just as much to teach, but our capacity to get our knowledge across has somehow diminished. We do not feel empowered to guide our children toward fulfilling their potential. Sometimes they live and act as if they have been seduced away from us by some siren song we do not hear. We fear, if only vaguely, that the world has become less safe for them and that we are powerless to protect them. The gap opening up between children and adults can seem unbridgeable at times. We struggle to live up to our image of what parenting ought to be like. Not achieving the results we want, we plead with our children. We cajole, bribe, reward, or punish. We hear ourselves address them in tones that seem harsh even to us and foreign to our true nature. We sense ourselves grow cold in moments of crisis, precisely when we would wish to summon our unconditional love. We feel hurt as parents and rejected. We blame ourselves for failing at the parenting task, or our children for being recalcitrant, or television for distracting them, or the school system for not being strict enough. When our impotence becomes unbearable, we reach for simplistic, authoritarian formulas consistent with the do-it-yourself, quick-fix ethos of our era. The very importance of parenting to the development and maturation of young human beings has come under question. Do Parents Matter? Was the title of a cover article in Newsweek magazine in 1998. Parenting has been oversold, argued a book that received international attention that year. You have been led to believe that you have more of an influence on your child's personality than you really do. The question of parental influence might not be quite so crucial if things were going well with our young. That our children do not seem to listen to us or embrace our values as their own would perhaps be acceptable in itself if they were truly self-sufficient, self-directed, and grounded in themselves, if they had a positive sense of who they are, and if they possessed a clear sense of direction and purpose in life. We see that for so many children and young adults, those qualities are lacking. In homes, in schools, in community after community, developing young people have lost their moorings. Many lack self-control and are increasingly prone to alienation, drug use, violence, or just a general aimlessness. They are less teachable and more difficult to manage than their counterparts of even a few decades ago. Many have lost their ability to adapt, to learn from negative experience, and to mature. Unprecedented numbers of children and adolescents are now being prescribed medications for depression, anxiety, or a host of other diagnoses. The crisis of the young has manifested itself ominously in the growing problem of bullying in the schools, and, at its very extreme, in the murder of children by children. Such tragedies, though rare, are only the most visible eruptions of a widespread malaise, an aggressive streak rife in today's youth culture. Committed and responsible parents are frustrated. Despite our loving care, kids seem highly stressed. Parents and other elders no longer appear to be the natural mentors for the young, as always used to be the case with human beings and is still the case with all other species living in their natural habitats. Senior generations, parents and grandparents of the baby boomer group, look at us with incomprehension. We didn't need how-to manuals on parenting in our days. We just did it, they say, with some mixture of truth and misunderstanding. This state of affairs is ironic, given that more is known about child development than ever before, and that we have more access to courses and books on child rearing than any previous generation of parents. The missing context for parenting. So what has changed? The problem, in a word, is context. No matter how well-intentioned, skilled, or compassionate we may be, parenting is not something we can engage in with just any child. Parenting requires a context to be effective. A child must be receptive if we are to succeed in nurturing, comforting, guiding, and directing.